Humanity's Guidebook to Ascension, channeled guidance to prepare for the fifth dimension and beyond, written and read by Sarah Ariana. Preface. Greetings. We are the Divine Light Collective, and we are honored to help humanity at this time. We are a collective group of light beings, the ascended masters of the Divine Feminine and the Divine Masculine, Galactic Masters of the Light, and members of the Multiverse Light Councils. We offer guidance to all as humanity moves through these times of ascension. Sarah is our channeler, and we are honored to have her gift of divine light service. Sarah has lived many lifetimes on Mother Earth as a healer, seer, oracle, leader for the soft-spoken and forgotten. She is a rising phoenix, a divine light channeler, a holder of the light, and gatekeeper of the wisdom keepers. There will be a series of 3 books. We recommend listening or reading to them in order and following the steps provided to give you the maximum assistance and growth at this time. Book 1 is a guidebook to help humanity move through this shift of grand awakening. The next few years will be an intense time of change and dismantlement of all systems and constructs on Earth. To welcome the new world, the old paradigm must fall. With this change, humanity will shift into an enlightened state of being, one of equality, strength, and compassion. It is our honor to share this simple yet profound wisdom of the ancients with you. A word of caution to the listener. Book 1 will awaken parts of you that can lead to dark nights of the soul. Take the time to process and integrate the awakenings that can occur by honoring your body with rest and self-care. Introduction. Let's go back to the beginning. Source. Source holds many titles and meanings. On Earth, humans have called Source God, Allah, Jehovah, Christ, the Divine, the Creator, the Almighty, and much more. All creation is derived from Source. Source is a consciousness of pure divine love and light. Each of you is from Source. We are all created from the same place of origin. In the beginning, Source sent out waves of souls to create various worlds, to explore and experience duality, to love and live in many different forms. It is not an easy task for the soul to leave Source in this way. Once you have left the ocean consciousness state of love, each soul wants to return to that feeling at its purest form. It is understood that each soul is to partake in its own growth and experiences. A soul never truly leaves Source. Each soul is an entity within itself. The soul, your multidimensional highest self, can experience many aspects in many different realities at the same time. For example, there can be 12 expressions of you in other forms and planets existing all at once. Each aspect will have a different personality and can reside in another physical form. Once that life comes to an end, your energy connects back with your soul, your highest self. When this transition occurs, some souls will be immediately placed into an incubation vessel for healing. It depends on the trauma they have experienced in their lifetime. Other souls will be moved into a life review process and decide on their mission and growth for their next lifetime. In the beginning, the groups which first came from Source created worlds, dimensions, and universes. Universes within universes formed, and each soul experienced the depths of polarity within those realms. There was the realization that to experience polarity and the range of feelings and emotions, the soul will go through levels of dimensions that hold the frequency for those experiences to be felt. Within these experiences, wars were created, galactic wars, similar to what you see in the science fiction movies on Earth. To experience duality, both darkness and light are needed. Beings began to stray as the corruption of greed and power took over. This led to destruction and created karma and trauma on many planets. When the imbalance on a planet reached the point of not being able to move forward, a decision had to be made. This decision was made by a light council within that realm. It is not a decision to take lightly. If the decision is to continue on the planet, reinforcements can be brought in to help shift the planet and create an awakening, giving the souls that live there an opportunity to balance the karma and trauma in that realm. The decision can also be made for the planet to be destroyed, to begin anew. This decision weighs heavily on each soul who makes this final decision. One of the groups of beings who were fighting in the wars began to travel from planet to planet, creating fear and control amongst the species. Their goal or objective was to take over each planet, stripping the planet of its natural resources and killing or controlling the species that were living there into submission. These beings feed off of others' energy, such as their gifts and their light. They have created an intensive false matrix in this realm and have been on Earth for many centuries. They created a system to enslave humanity into a controlled 3D reality. Everything from music, food, media, TV, news, movies, governments, religion, healthcare, and education are designed to keep humans at a certain level of submission. Let us be clear, even within the highest of vibrations and realms, there can be fallen light beings, entities, angels, and archangels. There have been many stories created on Earth about fallen angels, gods, and goddesses, Lemuria, Atlantis, Egypt, King Arthur, Jesus, Mary Magdalene, and so many more. Each story that was written has a sliver of truth to it. However, falsehoods have also been told to bring the dark to the lightest of stories and souls. Each soul is here to have experiences. The belief that one will go to hell is one of the controlling ways to entrap humans. There is a much bigger picture unfolding with what is occurring on Earth. The fallen ones are controlling the Earth with released reptilians, draconian, and other species that were imprisoned on other planets. The fallen ones release them to bring havoc and control to your world. When Earth was created, it was all an experiment. It took millions of years to begin the process of seeding the planet with cells, to then coagulate and fuse with other cells. Once this process had begun, it was a natural evolution that began to take over. The original humans on this planet were the Neanderthals. The Neanderthals survived the elements and had little brain power until beings from other galaxies began experimenting with their DNA. Some of these beings settled on Earth and merged the two species together. This began another evolution of the human. The human would then move into a journey of thousands of years to get to the point of equal balance for the highest potential of its kind. And this is what is coming forward now. The original plan on Earth was to create a species to become the peacemakers for the galactic wars. 12 enlightened species from other universes donated a part of their DNA to create human beings. However, there is also another truth. Many who were in the galactic wars wanted to create humans to become slaves. so they could help them in the galactic wars, and as a result, they would feed off of their energy. This is happening now to many souls. Beings are attached to some souls, and these souls are being used and trapped against their will. We bring this to your attention not to create fear, but to create awareness. The time is now for each soul to take responsibility for their energy and to listen to what is inside of you and your heart-wise intuition. Many beings that created Earth have seen their ways through fighting in the galactic wars and have returned to correct the past by coming through as light workers. These light workers have come to Earth now, experiencing what they had birthed, the veil of illusion and amnesia, thus becoming a slave to the systems in place until their awakening. Many of these light workers have experienced many lifetimes on Earth, trying to help humanity. In the present moment, the energy has shifted and will move ahead, transcending the majority of humans into the new Earth. The beings currently in power will now shift and be released from planet Earth. All truths will come forward, and the veil of forgetfulness will be lifted once and for all. The vibration which the Earth is now experiencing cannot sustain the ones that are in power any longer. They cannot be in this frequency, as the illusion exposes all to see. Many of you may recall there was a prophecy in the year 2012 that it was going to be the end of times in the Mayan calendar. And yes, that was a possible outcome. However, with a number of light workers that had been awoken by that time, there was enough light to shift the timeline to what is now being called the Golden Age. What is the Golden Age? It is the time when all blinders come off and each soul moves into its power and spiritual strength. The Golden Age brings the downfall of the fallen ones, the ones who have been in control, along with reptilians, draconian, and other species to help enslave humans. What is occurring now is very similar to Atlantis. Atlantis also had fallen ones that created a time of experimentation and hierarchy to feed off of others' light. We want humanity to understand that the fallen ones that have been controlling Earth are not necessarily evil. They are originally from the light, and they are humans that have been led astray down a dark and shadowy road. This is not to say there will not be repercussions, as there is ownership each soul takes on with each experience they have. Once the dust settles, there will be a welcoming of the dark energies, and both sides will unite together as one. When a soul transitions and goes over their life review, all experiences that the soul has done to others are felt in their being. Many souls go through an incubation of healing to be able to go through their life review process with a greater awareness of consciousness. We would like each soul to know not all souls have been perfect in their experiences. There is no such thing as living a life without the dark in the third dimension. For with light, there is always dark. Each side holds an experience that is neither good nor bad. Each soul has done what humans perceive as dishonorable intentions through their lifetimes. This could be causing harm to other humans or species through violence, either physically, mentally, or emotionally. This could be playing a role in harming themselves, other planets, or animals. This is the shadow side of oneself. It is through awareness, experience, and love that a being experiences the many levels of the soul. In the coming months, we recommend each soul use their discernment. The human standing in front of you, which you perceive to be human, may not be all that is shown to you. All souls at some point in their past lives have been other species than human beings. Some beings who are here at this moment have experienced life as a human many times, as they heard the call for help from Earth with great urgency. We want each soul to be aware of the hidden agendas of other species who have a human vessel as their disguise. This information was created to bring awareness to each one of you, to follow your intuition and the signals your body is giving you. We will go into greater detail about the signs and symptoms of how your body reacts to these circumstances in the chapters ahead. Through the cycles on Earth, there have been many lifetimes where there was peace on Mother Earth. Plants, animals, trees, humans, and other species were living here in harmony. There was a deep knowing that Mother Earth is a living being and all is one. When someone needed to kill an animal to eat for survival, there was deep gratitude and reverence for its sacrifices, and the life-giving energy was balanced. Humans were aware of how powerful the mind can be and maintain thoughts of love, positivity, joy, and light. Before you came to Earth in your divine essence, your multidimensional self, and your team of light beings and guides, decided on what experiences you wanted to learn and grow from. You chose your family, the place you were born, and the time when you would enter and exit Mother Earth. Since 2012, there has been a huge shift in the awakening of humanity. Drastic changes began in the year 2020 and will continue for the next decade. There are currently legions of light beings surrounding Mother Earth, assisting her and her inhabitants in ascending to the next dimension. This first book is to provide you with the tools to help you at this moment, to help you shift into joy, light, and expansion, rediscovering your gifts as a soul. Our goal and purpose are to help you move through the depths of sorrow and unhappiness, shifting your awareness to the beautiful being of light that you are. You can do anything. You can create the reality you want. You can be happy and filled with joy. The key to transitioning into your gifts at this time is through awareness of your thoughts, movement in your body, and self-love for oneself.